Here's what you missed in Houston. The Texans defense showing up in uniform and then showing up in a big way against Tom Brady. Here's Brady picked off for Rex Ryan.
Yeah, Roby does a tremendous job here. And when you look at this, man, they played with confidence. They knew what was going to happen in this game.
They would cash in there, make it a 7-0 Texans lead. Third quarter, Patriots are down 14-3. They're going for it on a 4th and short. Mohamed Sanu has got to catch that.
Yeah, you can't put it in there any better than Brady did. And Sanu traded for a second-round pick. What the heck was that?
And then finally, you got Deshaun Watson, who had a terrific night. Look at this throw to Kenny Stills.
Greeny, that's after they called a touchdown back. No big deal for this cat. The bigger the game, the better he plays.
Texans win at 28-22, and it wasn't as close as the final score would sound. Look at this crazy play. It's a reverse, it's an option, it's a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 3 scores on the night, 234 yards, and the Texans with a huge statement win. As far as the Patriots are concerned, listen to this number. Tom Brady has thrown the most passes of any quarterback in the league this year, but he is completing them at the 29th best rate in the NFL. That would be the worst rank in his entire career. It is currently behind guys, like Josh Allen and Mitchell Trubisky.
What? Is that good company to keep? No, that's not good. Conversely, Greeny, Deshaun Watson now has 5 games this season where he's thrown at least 3 passing touchdowns. That is a franchise record. So I pose this question to you, gentlemen. Are the Texans a legit AFC top-tier team, Dan?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
And it's because of their quarterback. Listen, Deshaun Watson's one of those rare players that there's some guys that are super talented, but they don't have the mindset to make every play like a Superman. And then there's guys who think they can make any play, but they're just not talented enough. Deshaun Watson's both of them. He is a guy that has a mindset that I can make any play in any moment. He's fearless no matter what, but then he has the talent to match it. Because of Deshaun Watson and just his mindset, going with the physical abilities, Houston's not only in it this year, they're going to be in it for the next 10, 15 years because of him, but absolutely this year.
Well, I agree. And the people that are benefiting from that are his weapons, which they have a plenty. You're talking about Stills, Fuller, Nuke is top-tier wide receiver
good
forever and ever. Duke Johnson making plays. So you think about what he has on that offensive side of the ball. You're like, okay, Deshaun Watson, Dabo Swinney called him the Michael Jordan of football if you pass on him. Now he's starting to come to fruition. He's starting to ball out and play the guitar like in incredible fashion. But what they're saying now, reports are saying that J.J. Watt will be back. If they get optimism, is that J.J. Watt will be back for the playoffs. They get Jadeveon Clowney out of there so they can make some room for the best lungs in football and Laramie Tunzel. But if you get J.J. Watt back on the defensive side of the ball for a playoff run, plus all those weapons, plus that swag that Deshaun Watson has, I mean, I legitimately see them as a top-tier NFC team.
But that's the point, though, is that you say playoff run, and 3 of the last 4 years, they've either lost in the wild card or divisional round. Is there anything about this year's
it's a different
team?
year.
Yes? Okay,
Yeah.
why?
Well, 2 things. One, Watson is one of those players that no matter the play call, even if you have the right play call and you play it perfectly, he can overcome it. But right now, the issue that has kind of held him in the past is beating the blitz. Deshaun Watson realizing how to beat the blitz is like watching Dustin Johnson learn how to hit wedges.
Bob Ross how to paint.
He's got the big ball, and he's got the home run or the big driver, but the little things that he's doing with his game. Last night, against one of the better blitzing teams in the league, he gutted them. So if he's going to do that consistently, watch out for the Texans offense.
I love that you guys both agree, because apparently, Greeny, ducks fly together.
Oh, quack, quack, quack!
Yo, we're going to the Steelers.
Let's go to that. Let's go to the Steelers and Browns yesterday, and a game where the storyline was really 2.5 weeks in the making, right? So we all understand what happened between these teams on a Thursday night, and then you fast forward to this past Friday night. Freddie Kitchens at a movie theater wearing a T-shirt that says Pittsburgh started it. That ruffled some feathers, if you'll excuse the expression. Speaking of feathers, there's Duck Hodges. The Duck fans were ready in attendance. And how about this throw and catch for James Washington?
Well, he's got a lot of trust in 13, James Washington. You know, this Duck guy, he's willing to throw the football downfield a little bit. We saw it last week when he came in. He trusts Washington to go make this play. Big touchdown for the Steelers.
That ties it at 10. Then here's a big moment late in the first half. Browns looking for a last-minute score. Forget about where the ball winds up. Go back to where it began, and look what happens to Baker Mayfield's hand.
We see this with quarterbacks all the time, right? The follow-through that bangs on the helmet. Drew Brees was hurt this year in a very similar fashion. You never know when that hand hits the helmet.
He would return with the glove and his team down 7. Last chance to try and tie it, and there's your ball game.
Just a bad read and bad throw by Baker Mayfield and Joe Hayden right there for the pick.
Let's talk afterwards about a critical loss.
Listen, the T-shirt didn't have anything to do with us at the -1 moving out. I wore a T-shirt. I wore a jacket with it. My daughters wanted me to wear the shirt, and I'd wear it again. I'd put a jacket on. I covered it up. I took a picture with a fan. That was as simple as that, you know. T-shirt. I mean, T-shirt didn't cause us to give up 40-yard passes, and we were ready to play. That's the only thing people need to be concerned about. We were ready to play.
I know our coach would have never done anything like that. Why throw gas? I know I said I want to answer, but when you do something like that, you throw your players in harm's way. He's not on the field. You throw your players in harm's way when you do stuff like that with a Venus, and I hate that for them.
Okay, so there's a lot to get to here. Rex, is the fact that he wore the T-shirt a big deal?
No, I think the big deal is own it. Like now that the fact you go in there, you know, yeah, my daughters, nobody cares. Sit back and say, you know what? Yeah, it was a mistake, man. They did it. But at the time, I thought, hey, this is great. He's telling his whole team that, you know what? We're going to have to be more physical, and we're going to go. We were a better team 2 weeks ago. We're going to be a better team today. They never walked down the field like that, though. They did just the opposite. He tried to pull away from it. Man, you got to own that dude. If you're going to step up and do something like, we know I've done some of the stupid things like that.
No!
But the difference is I would go out, my team would have my back. We would play our butts off. I never saw that type of energy from his team.
Listen, this is a team in this season of all this promise, in which we've been talking about watches, and we've been talking about cleats, and we've been talking about people hitting each other in the head with a helmet, and now we're talking about the coach's T-shirt. I mean, what the heck is going on here?
Listen, Greeny, you have the T-shirt, whatever, dude. Fourth quarter, you get an interception with 7 minutes to go in the game, and you go throw. Like Pittsburgh gives you a gift. This is the story of your season. Pittsburgh gives you a gift. You get first down at the 30-yard line. Let's throw the ball. Why would we run the football with Nick Chubb? Oh, here's an incompletion. We have a chance to go get ourselves back. Second down, let's throw the ball again because I have no stinking clue what I'm doing as a head coach of this football team. Third down, let's throw it again. Sack, get us out of field goal range, and we have to pooch punt it. Like, this maddens me. How you can mismanage situations so poorly as a head coach. It's the definition of your season. Take the T-shirt for what you want. Another example that you are just so unqualified of being a head coach when you get that situation at the 30-yard line and you go throw when all you can do right now is run the football.
I want to let you know,
He's getting
Dan.
better, though.
I think so.
He's getting better.
Because?
Hey, no 4th and 9 draw. Like, come on. This guy is, I mean, you talk about going like
Hold
this.
on. All right. So let me.
He is doing that.
Dan, it really hurts me to see you
draw.
distraught. I saw him cry yesterday. I almost cried at home. I mean, this is a real moment. We're having to get to this. For those that don't know, whenever you pop out of a birth canal in Pittsburgh and Cleveland, you're taught to hate each other, right? That's just the way it goes. Pittsburgh hates
Well, it
Cleveland.
should be.
Cleveland hates Pittsburgh. It's an old school rivalry, let alone de-helmeting someone and hitting them with their own helmet. It can only escalate it. So the T-shirt, I think, is only adding fuel to the fire, just like old Cuz said. So I think it is a dumb decision. I think he pawned it off on his daughters, which is, by the way, Dad of the Year type stuff. I really can't blame him there. But I don't have a kid. I'd probably blame my daughters too if I could at any given moment. But I don't have a child, so I can't do that. And I'll probably never be a head
Thank
coach.
God for that.
But he does stink. Maybe he does stink though, and it shows in not only the lack of discipline off the field at a movie theater when you're wearing a shirt, but on the field they are still the most penalized team in documented history. But don't let any of that distract you from the fact that Ducky Hodges waddled his way into the MVP conversation yesterday. A 96 passer rating compared to Baker Mayfield, #1 pick in the draft, all-world, 45 commercials, 72 passer rating. Ducky Hodges is a weapon. He had nobody around him. He was making plays, and Mike Tomlin should be up for Coach of the Year for what he's been able to do.
And if I may, just a final word on the shirt. He wore a shirt that said Pittsburgh started it. Yesterday, Pittsburgh ended it.
Duck!
And that's pretty much it.
Ideal condition.
Can I show you something else? Packers, Giants in the snow at the Meadowlands. Preston Smith is going to hit Daniel Jones so hard that his Y flies off.
Oh, my.
Break there.
The Y just comes right off.
You don't have to be tough to play football. Just getting things knocked off your helmet.
He's suddenly on the new Giants. It's no longer the New
My
York
son was
Giants.
horrible in that
Because
game.
the Y is
My
off.
son was.
He was horrible in that game.
We'll talk about Danny Dimes a little bit later. Meanwhile, our Week 13 Monday Night Football matchup is a huge one tonight. Vikings, Seahawks, everything in the world that's at